Moon Designs. I'm a jewelry and a canvas artist, so I was supposed to be here at 8, but you know me, cordially late, 8:15 almost. So tonight we're going to be working on a few things, some simple things to begin with. I want to finish this donut we did in the last live, which I think will look great. And we're going to do some simple earrings with some Swarovski crystals that are like rainbow. So welcome in if you haven't made it in already. I appreciate you showing up for all those who have. Give me just a moment here. Hey, Gemini. Thanks for being here, Gemini. I appreciate it. Let's see. I need to turn off all my stuff so people can't interrupt me. So give me just a second here. Hopefully this is going to work. Thanks, Gemini. I really appreciate it. Thank you for everybody showing up. It is extremely hot in my house, just so you know I'm really here. Extremely hot. So I want to finish up this one, which I started. And then this donut here that was in the last live. And we're going to do a couple of sets of earrings, real simple, because I already have the 929 sterling. Thanks, Gemini. You're awesome. I really appreciate it. It is super hot out here. I don't think it's as hot outdoors. I think it's hotter in my place than it is outdoors. So we're just getting ready to open this up. And by the way, I don't know if you can notice there's like a new light here. I had to hook it on the pole of the phone because it's not the type. It's supposed to be, I guess, hooked onto your phone. If I did that, it would cover the camera. So I don't know if that makes it any brighter or not. I'm not sure. I know it's wobbly. So in case you want to see it, that's the light that's on the side of my pole. Even though I actually have a other ring light here. I was just trying to get some more light in here. And if you can hear in the background, Boss Kitty is chasing, I think she's chasing little moths. I'm not sure what she's after tonight. And we're going to I'm going to try and do some polymer tonight. I really wanted to put my UV resin on it, but right now I've got stuff packed away, but we're going to try cutting these, and the next trip around we will make earrings from those. I don't even know. See, I've had my clay so long, I don't even know if Sculpty Primo carries them in the packages like these. But this sort of has a metallic, it's black and metallic. It's going to be really pretty with resin over it. Thanks for being here. I see there's 11 people in here and I only see 2 thumbs up. Don't forget to thumb up and like the live, folks. It really does help. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's sparkly. It has like a metallic flake in it already. Give me just 1 second. Now I shall return right away. Whoops. I thought these were cute. I don't know what you guys think. There's some beads I've gotten from Fire Mountain Gems. I've had them for a while. Was a free gift. You know what it's like when they give you a free gift. It's whatever they have on hand that they want to give you. And that's a long time ago, a couple of years or more. Almost back. Thanks for your patience, everybody. Thank you for all the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. What's everybody else up to? What's everybody else creating? I know you, Gemini. She's does a lot of artwork, folks. You should go check her out. Okay. Looks like I supposedly have 18 people in here. That's cool. Thanks for being here. I take and accept all people, including lurkers. Now it says 17. Okay. So I really wanted to do my UV resin tonight, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. These actually are kind of cute. They look like robin eggs. I'll have to see what I can do with those. They're not really my taste for doing things, but okay. Just a second here. Working on getting, we're going to actually be making some chain links to go with this necklace that I had started from the last live with these. For those of you who were here, I'm sure you were here, Gemini. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. Hopefully I will get back into the swing of everything. This light is very different for me. Supposedly that it makes it brighter. I see it more as in my way. Let me just a second here. If I take it off my phone thing, maybe I can try it another way. I don't know. Wow. And it's not charged. I didn't charge it. I was lucky I had my phone charged tonight. Wow, it just does not hold up. It shouldn't lay over like that. I've tried. Let's see if I can tighten it up some. You can see the difference when I move it away with just the ring light. Welcome in, Dundee. How are you this evening? Okay. So I'm going to do it this way. Thanks for your patience, everybody. There we go. That'll help a little. And you can see There she is, the star of the show. She's on a hunt. Awesome, Gemini. That's great. Always good to have your friends come in. I appreciate it too. Okay. This is something I made a long time ago, and this is actually out of, this is apple tageri, and I made it a long time ago. It's really unusual looking, but they said it's apple tageri. I don't know what you guys think. And then, of course, we have the piece of amethyst dueling crystal here that I didn't get a chance to wrap. I'm trying to make it so you guys can see it. That's really a pretty piece. And this is also, believe it or not, from Fire Mountain Gems. I mean, I don't get all my stones from them. You guys know I order a lot of labradorite and everything everywhere, from India and everywhere. But this is actually aventurine, folks. It's a really nice piece. It's gorgeous, I think. Green aventurine. And we're going to work on that piece too. So we'll see how much I can get done. Thanks, Gemini, for all your support. Thank you for bringing your friends. I appreciate that too, as I try to keep this light from falling over. This light I just bought from a friend off of TikTok. I asked what I thought how it was going to do, because I'm going to have to figure out another way to put it up so that it can be here. I think it's mainly meant to pen off your phone for selfies and maybe your computer. And these, by the way, are all genuine gemstones too, but they're little bitty ones. And this is not a fancy gemstone, but actually a very fancy, I think it's a pretty bead. Almost looks India. Yes, aventurine, you are correct. Okay, so let's see. We're going to, now see, I could have used these, but the problem with these links here is they are smoky crystal and they are on silver. And we need to make our chain link necklace out of copper so that it matches, at least comes close to matching that. So I have regular copper and then antique bronze. I was trying to see how close they came together, or if that's, I think, yeah, we're going to do the antique bronze because this is much, much thinner. Thanks, guys, for your patience and understanding as we get rolling here. Wow, I'm trying to get this light so it's not looking like it's deteriorating the ring light. Thanks for all the thumbs up. Thanks for all the people in here. For those who left, it's okay. I'll be around, and there'll be more. Okay, so we're going to cut. This is about 12. So about 1 foot of the antique copper. And we're going to be making some chain links with these. Thanks for your patience, everybody. I appreciate all the support. I really do. I have been out off and on for a while. So we're going to cut. We'll do it half of a finger length. And I usually take the wire and move it down. It just makes it easier if you need to match it up quick. And we'll just keep cutting. And these will be our links that we're going to be making for the chain link necklace. And we will be wrapping gemstones as told in the intro. Just trying to get all these about the same length. There we go. And I try not to get them all over because I don't know about you guys, but I roam around in my sock feet in the house, and it doesn't feel too good when a piece of wire goes up through your foot, especially in a tender part. Thanks for all the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And thanks for everybody being here. I've tried making it around to other people's lives and stuff lately. I haven't gotten to everyone, so I'm still trying. And I'm thinking, because I have these crystal beads here too, we could probably, those are cat's eyes. Of course, these are much smaller. I don't want them that small. You guys hear a lot of noise. It's Boss Kitty. He's all the way up in the air, about 3 feet off from my ceiling. Okay. Here we go. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 6. So for every 2 beads, I usually do it, is considered a chain link. And this is an easy way to create a chain when you don't have one. And then the other chain, part of the chain on each side will be just the wire. All right, and we're just going to thread this onto here. If they're filtering your comments, it's because they don't know. So if they're even the slightest bit or they think it might be questionable. That's cute, Gemini. I don't think he said anything bad, or she did, but obviously the bots do, or they think I should filter it. It says to wait for my only you know, only you know. So we're just going to wrap this around the barrel nose. We're starting right off really fast here. We're just making a circle. I should have known that was going to go crooked on me. Like I said, if anything's going to go wrong, it goes wrong when you're alive. So let me get another piece here. Thread these two Swarovski rainbow beads on. That's what they call them. I guess because they turn different colors in the light. I can see the purples and stuff, but then in the other part it looks all green to me. Thanks, Gemini. I appreciate that. Okay. I'm gonna use these since my barrel nose want to act up. We just need to grab it right at the very end there. And we are making chain links to make a necklace for the green. Wow. Stuff does not like me tonight. I wonder what's up. What's in the water today, huh? There we go. We just want that round like that. And you can use these or you can be using a flat nose. You don't have to be like I am, the jewelry ghetto. Because I'm so used to when I worked and I didn't have other pliers, I just learned to use the ones I had. There we go. I don't know why, but that end's bigger. So we'll just live with it and we'll keep going forward. Yes, green aventurine and Swarovski crystals. We're getting this done so that I can get these two necklaces finished. The one like this, and then the donut one. I don't know where everybody is tonight, Gemini, but you're here, and you are the life of the room. Usually, you are the life of the room, so I appreciate it. And if anybody doesn't know Gemini Peace, go check her out. Always be respectful no matter what, and you can go check her out on her channel too. She has some awesome content. Trying to get this a little further down the barrel here on these round nose pliers, which are very easy to obtain. They're not that expensive, folks. Okay, why is it I'm having this issue tonight? What is going on with my making the hoop? I never have this problem. Okay, I guess I'm just going to need to leave my finger up there to guide that wire so it doesn't go all over the place. And it's 2 beads per wire, 2.5 to 4 inches, because you got to have enough room to wrap the wire in a hoop in order to make your chain link. Oh yeah? I'm telling you. I don't know. Sometimes they have problems on YouTube and other times they're great. So I have no idea. So we're just making some basic chain links. I know it's not real exciting, but if you don't have chain to make your necklaces out of, I do, but where it is, I don't know. I still have stuff in boxes, folks. You wouldn't believe this after a year and 2 months. You'd think I'd have it all unpacked. But that is not how it works. Takes at least a year and a half to unpack. Okay, and we're just turning these. And you can take your fingers, if necessary, and move them into place. This is a little bit stiffer, this wire is, than, say, 20 gauge or something. This is like an 18 gauge. And luckily, the 18 gauge fits just fine in these rainbow crystals, which I had gotten off of, and they are Swarovski. I had gotten them, it's been a couple years now. So, and we're just making these into chain links. And then we're going to make it so we have a necklace. And we're going to make a bunch of these little chain links with no beads on them, folks. Thanks for all your patience. Thank you for everyone here. Thank you for everyone who comes in that's not really into jewelry and still supports me. I really appreciate it. So you have a lot of different people from all different channels. And we're just taking this like this and twisting it around and around. Of course, you let go of these. Don't hold it like me. That's just a habit. But you should release them as you turn it. I don't know what it is tonight, but I am having a heck of a time getting these to want to be in a hoop like they're supposed to be. So let's break out these pliers here that are help us. I'm going to straighten it out, and then I'm going to use my bent nose pliers to straighten this out, and then the nylon pliers to smooth it out so it's straight more than this, since I bent it all to heck. I don't feel terrible, but it is terrible. You move somewhere and you still got stuff packed away in boxes and you can't find it. You know it's bad when I bought a drill, right? Mind you, it wasn't the most expensive drill, but it actually had more than my expensive drill, and I couldn't find my batteries to my drill. So this one came with 2 batteries, and it was a Temu special, which is just fine as long as it works, and it appears that it's going to be an excellent little drill. See, I cannot seem to wrap a ring tonight. What is going on here? This is not me, folks. Okay. Just turn and release, folks. Turn and release. There you go. That works. Now I got to fix the other end. Okay. What the heck did I do with my nylon pliers just now? How could I have laid those down right in front of me and can't find them? Okay. So I'm going to use my fingers here. This isn't terribly hard, but 18 gauge is not the softest, I'll tell you that right now. Okay, so you're going to grab it right here on your round nose pliers. These are not chain nose, folks. I've heard a lot of people call them chain nose, and I know sometimes I get it where I can't remember what pliers are what. Okay. I am trying to straighten this out, and I cannot believe that I laid down my other pliers right in front of myself and don't know where they are. So again, turn and release and keep turning. There we go. We just want to get that little double hoop there, or I do. That's how I know I've got it correct. You can just take your hands. and turn it around. So both the little hoops are going in the same direction. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. That's 6, because we're going to put 3 on each side. Yes, thank you very much. I really appreciate all the likes. Okay. So we're just going to make, there's actually going to be 3 chain links on each side of the necklace. And I actually think this is going to go rather well with that bead. So what's everybody else up to? Uh-oh. Hey, Gemini, are you still here? This is really weird how my screen's showing up for the likes and people. Okay, because before it said 0 and now it went to 4. I have no idea. Okay, so we're going to make 3 of these chain links with the Swarovski rainbow crystals, which I think are really pretty. Some of them look like they're blue. Some look like they're green. It depends. Really, it depends on the light. I swear to me, these are not those. These are the ones that are faceted and colored, but we're going to have them. I'll just mix them up then. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 again. All right. And I'm going to cut some more of this antique bronze 18 gauge wire. If your hands can't take it, you can always use a 20 or say maybe a 20. The 20, you can use a 20 gauge wire, I guess is what I'm telling you. I really like to find my nylon pliers here that I just had here. If I'd stopped laying them back here, folks, so you can see the mess back here too. Back here where the other tools are. Anytime I get organized, I can't find anything. So we're just using nylon jaw. That sounds hillbilly, doesn't it? Nylon jaw pliers. Just joking, folks, but it did kind of have a twang there. And we're just using this to straighten it out. This is 18 gauge already, so the more you do that with the nylon pliers, I'm just warning you, it will work hard in the wire. That's okay if you're work hardening 20 gauge or 26 or 28, but this stuff has a tendency to get really hard. Okay, so I'm just going to cut off. I'm guessing, usually I lay it down here. I have my thing up here to measure it with. But we know $1 is at least 6 inches, so this is at least the length of a dollar bill, folks. So it's at least 6 inches. Okay. And I'm actually going to string these on this one end here. And then cut off what I need for this one and do the same for the other. If you're unsure of yourself, you can do it this way. I usually leave one finger on each side because we want to have enough room to roll to make those double coils on each end. So these are flush wire cutters. You can get the other type, but I like these. I like using the flush cutter because you can get in to cut easier than you can with the others. I mean, they do have them, but you don't need heavy-duty wire cutters unless you're cutting memory wire or something, and it's real hard to do for you. Okay, so we're just going to use this again. Just lay your wire up against the other wire and measure and cut like that. And I probably, well, that one's a little short. But these two are right because I put them side by side, which makes it easier than trying to figure out, are they the same length or not? They are. if you lay them side by side when you cut them. Thanks, Gemini, for all your help and for bringing your friends in. I thought we were going to get into resin tonight, but believe it or not, folks, I just bought a huge thing of UV resin. I don't know what to do with it. It's out in my living room somewhere, hiding. Okay, so now we're going to, again, I just rest my finger on here, and then we're going to use the round nose pliers. As soon as I find out what I did with those. I've got the barrel nose or scenario. That's what I get for laying everything on top of everything. Okay, so you're just going to grab it in between here, and you want to go right to the very end, like that. Seriously. You want to make sure that wire's on the very end if possible when you're wrapping it. Whoops. And I have to be careful because I haven't used these in a while. These are really, I don't know if you guys can tell, but these are like some of the first pliers I had when I started out. So they've been through it. We just put it that way. They've been through it. There we go. So they're not perfect, but every once in a while I'll grab and they don't go even. So we're just doing 3 double chain links with the crystal, which is Swarovski crystals, believe it or not. I'm just going to keep turning that until we get a double ring. I usually try to do it rather tight. And if you have to, you can cut off the thing. See, I pulled it up too tight here and what it did to the other end. Oh my goodness. Wow. Because I pulled it so tight. Oh well. The world is not going to come to an end. It just makes me irritated when I do something like this. Okay. And this 18 gauge, again, like I said, is a little bit tougher than 20 gauge. I'm straightening it out because I'm going to redo that other end. I can't help it. It's perfectionist in me. Yep, that's it. Making chain links with Swarovski crystals. You got it, Gemini. You tell I work in clay a little bit too. It's on everything I have. Okay, now we're going to try this again, right to the very end, folks. The tip to the very end. Sorry, I get out of frame. And you're going to turn it. You can do it slowly or fast and release, but hold on to the pliers. There we go. And now we got that little double edge there. Doesn't look like it, but we do. I cannot believe how my rings are doing tonight. This is not like me, folks. But it does pull apart if you get to yanking on each end too much. Okay, that's 4, 5. Need one more. Thanks, June. You're so kind. I have to get a drink of my almond milk, which I think is funny because I have it in a Coca-Cola, Diet Coca-Cola bottle. I figured if anybody's seen it, they'd wonder what it was. And I think, oh, and just so everybody knows where Boss Kitty is, because I know you guys love her too. See, she has taken resident on top of that shelf that's still not fixed. She's falling asleep because she knows she's not allowed over here right now. And it's, I don't know about you guys. How's your weather out there, Gemini? Is it hot, cold? Now see, I wrap these in that other copper wire, but it's like 24 gauge, so it's really soft. So I'm gonna, there we go. I just needed a little hoop on the top. Have to be really careful because this wire is super soft. And don't be like me. Use your flat nose or your bent nose pliers to kind of softly mush these down, or use your nylon jaw pliers if you have wire that's going to really get messed up by squishing it. Okay. So we got one more of these to do, and then we can start the chain, which is that's the jury part, is having to make these with nothing on them so that I can make a chain for each side of the necklace. There we go. And again, grab right on the very end of the wire. Turn and release. I'm telling you, for some reason, I am not doing these very well tonight. But okay, it is what it is. I can't help it. It must be something in the air tonight. Go. And if you want, like, I'm not real pleased with how these are coming into. Let's try this again. Sometimes it takes a barrel nose pliers versus those old-fashioned ones, but just depends. And this stuff has really gotten work hardened. Okay, so that takes care of the links on each side. It's hot. Yeah, it's been really hot here too. And I have the overhead fan going on. I hope that's not bothering the sound or anything. I really appreciate everyone being here. Don't forget to thumb up and like the live. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do. Okay, now we're going to make a bunch of chain links. And since I did these, they're actually made with the darker copper, but we're going to do it with the lighter copper. And these, I'm going to actually show you what I was talking about when I say work harden. Because we want this to work harden. And you do this several times until it does work harden it. Let's keep pulling it on the end, out to the end. Okay. And then we're going to cut it. Right like that. Sorry. And then I'm going to cut one there. And like I said, you can either cut it if you're free-handed and measurable enough that you can do it without having to measure. Go right ahead. I just use one wire to match the other one if I'm not using some way to measure it. There we go. And I will try to go through these as fast as possible because these don't have beads on them, so that we can get the chain links made. You can't hear the fan, maybe? Well, yeah, that's good because I was worried about that. Because it's warm in here, even with the air conditioning on, it is warm in this house. Yeah, technical is squishing. You're right. Or mushing. And we're just getting these cut so we can make chain links so that each side of the necklace, and I may only do a few on each side and then I can finish it later because that way you guys don't have to sit through me making a chain link on each side. Okay, so now we're going to start to roll these so that we're making these into chain links. And I will wow. And you see how much smaller this is compared to this? That's not going to work. I'm going to have to go back to the other because it's 18 gauge. I thought we'd get away with it. I don't think so. Let me show you the big differences. Like this, believe it or not, folks, this is 16 gauge versus 18 gauge. See the difference in the thickness of that wire, or can you tell? Hey, Anna, welcome in. Wonderful lady. So nice of you to be here. I really appreciate it, Anna. Hey, Edward. Welcome in, everybody. Good to see everyone. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. I'm going to take, I know we're using copper wire, and I'm probably going to have to make some copper wire jump rings, which I did have some made, but I used them all for the last one. But I want to use some of these on the plain chain links, which they're Tibetan silver, they call them, and they're spacers, but I think they're really pretty. And we're going to put those on the links that don't have any Swarovski crystals. So good to see everybody here. Thank you, Anna, also for being here. Oh, don't worry about it. That's fine. So your son is a live streamer too, huh? Wow, that's awesome. Thanks, Gemini. Okay, so we're going to have to stick with the 18 gauge. Antique bronze, because it's what I have right now, to make Well, I have to make a lot more chain links than I did with those because we're going to hook this to it in order to create the necklace. And we're just using the nylon pliers here to just straighten this out a little bit. So when I cut it, because these are all going to be just chain links, and we're going to use these spacers because they're pretty and they'll just make it not look so plain and drab. I'm just going to cut back to here. And as I said, these are flush cutters. You can buy the other type of cutters. I just always recommend flush. That way you can use it for either one. If you need something more heavy duty, then buy some heavy duty wire cutters. Okay. So this is probably close to, because it's about here to here. Let's see. That's probably $1, maybe $2, which means 12 inches. Okay. And we're going to start cutting these, and then we actually measure them, just like I said earlier, by just cutting a piece like so, and then setting it next to each other so you don't have to go all the time. I'm glad you're all right, Anna. I was just worried. I know you come a lot of times. I always feel like if you don't feel good, I don't expect you to be here. All right. So 1, 2, 3, and this is 4, and looks like we're going to get 5. I don't think we're going to get 6 out of this, but I have another piece down there cut. And I always keep my scrap pieces because you never know what you might need them for if you're doing a bunch of jewelry. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's to start with. And then, let's see here, folks. I'm trying to see. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I'm going to have to make jump rings too, because there is no, I don't have copper jump rings. I'm used to all silver. I do a lot of silver. Let's see here. I got an idea. Whoa, hang on. Whoops, those aren't the ones. I don't want to use those. I want to use I know I have some smaller tagger eyes. But we'll use these if necessary. Those are not the right color, and they're not tagger eye. Those are amethyst. Okay. These are tagger eye. They're almost gelatinate looking because they're so pretty. was trying to see what I could put these in so they don't roll off the table here. And in case everybody's used to, like I said, these are apple taggereye. And then I have yellow ones too, but these are traditional gold and brown taggereye. Okay, so we're just going to drop these in top of the ones here I already made earlier from last time. These are actually, these ones in here, just so you know, these are chain links too, but that actually is smoked quartz crystal. We're going to try and see, because we're going to make these are almost our blank chain links. And I'm going to put a spacer on the end of here. Boy, that's, well, it does fit, but it was, I thought it was going to be tight. And then we're going to put, I don't know how well these go with this though. Yeah, exactly. Making links again to make them like this. Awesome, Edward. I have tons of tagger. I don't have the smaller ones, which I'm used to using when I want to do something like this. In fact, let me see. I usually have 6mm. These are like, I mean 6, yeah, 6. And these are 8, so they're much bigger. I have taggereye, I have amethyst, I have labradorite. It's just a matter of, let's see what I have in here. Aha. One. Oops. Of course I dropped it. That's not it. I'm trying to find some smaller beads. And this light actually that I brought in here to be a helper is becoming a hindrance because it's blinding me. Okay, let me see what I got in here. Thanks for your patience, everybody. I did through these beads that I should have done through before I came in. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and add these, which are the amethyst beads. Because they're smaller in the taggereye. You can tell. If you look, they're real amethyst along with this. It's just it's in a bead form instead of a crystal. Like that. Wow, it's really nice. Superior Lake. I remember you saying that before, that you had those. The agates. Okay. I'm going to open this one with my labradorite in it and throw these smaller beads in here so they don't roll all over. Okay. Now we're going to try this again. We're starting with about 3.5, 4 centimeters, I think. Maybe a little longer. And we're going to add the amethyst bead to this because these are going to be our other chain links. We're going to put one of these, I decided, on each side of the bead. So the necklace will consist of 2 or 3 of these, along with 2 or 3 of these. And let's see if we can grab this with your barrel nose pliers or round nose, whichever works. We'll see if I'm getting any better at getting a circle out of this tonight. There we go. Just like that. Drop it back down there. Oops, grab it there. Like I said, to the very end if you can. Sometimes it's a little hard because it slips off. Just like that. Slips right off. Whoa. There we go. Not too bad looking. I think that looks pretty together. I can get some light on it. See if I can do it this way so you guys can actually see. That actually blinds it out, doesn't it? So these are the amethyst with the silver spacers. Thanks, Ladybug Lightning. Hey, everybody, if you don't know Ladybug, hey, Ladybug, come back here so I can give you your jacket before you go away. Hold on. There you go. If you don't know Ladybug, if I'm correct, just correct me if I'm wrong. You're either in London or England, Ladybug. Because I thought we all knew each other. So now you have a jacket, as they call, as Minnow calls them jackets. I call them badges. We become the YouTube, instead of mechanics, we're YouTube police. Thanks for all the support and all the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Right, Brighton, United Kingdom. I'm so sorry. She has some of the most fabulous lives, especially the walks. They're beautiful. You should go check her out, folks, if you haven't already, and make sure you like and subscribe. She's an amazing artist, too. Okay, so we got that one done, which I'm not quite sure, but I think they're going to go okay together. It's just these are a little more fancy. These ones here are fancier than this Swarovski because it is amethyst. Thanks so much for being here, Ladybug. I really appreciate it. Yes, she is, Anna. She's amazing. Amazing artist, too. Okay, so we're going to... These beads here almost are identical to this crystal, two-headed pointed crystal, amethyst. Almost identical. All right, so we're pulling a few more amethyst off here, throwing them in there. And we just have to get these, and then we'll have to make a few jump rings to match these. I'm going to have to sit down and make a bunch of copper jump rings because I do a lot of work with copper, but I also do a lot with silver, so I usually always have silver and no copper. There we go. We're just threading that purple amethyst onto the antique bronze copper with 2 Tibetan silver end spacers. These are just fancy chain links. Sorry if it's blurring up. I can't help it. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. And Boss Kitty's in the background making her noise. Yeah, are you talking to everybody? You want to say hi? Are you saying hi? Let's see if I can get it up here. Are you saying hi, Star? Say hello, everybody. She did meow a couple times. Thank you. I appreciate that, Gemini. I didn't know. I thought it was blurring up. Oops. Yeah. And she's decided to get in my lap, folks. Just letting you know. I know what you meant, Anna. And she's rubbing on the ring light on my lap while I'm trying to do this. And I'm hitting everything because of it. And she's, if I don't make her get down, folks, I'll show you something. If I don't make her get down, she is rubbing on the camera. If I don't make her get down, say, hey, everybody, I'm causing trouble. Okay. I guess you got a view of her right on top of me. I hear the frogs tonight. Of course, out here in the mountains, you do hear critters, that's for sure. No Bigfoot spotted, though. You just turn these around. I usually do it twice if I can, so I get sort of a double ring on the end there. Yeah, Edward. She is quite the little critter, and she hears them too, folks. I don't know if they're crickets. I guess they are. They're pretty loud, and my window's closed, and I can hear them, and so can she. That's why she's on guard right there behind my tablet. The tablet has ears. Anyway, she's made her debut now. So we're just using barrel nose pliers here. And you just want to grab and hold on. Release the back of your pliers, not the front of them. I don't know what's going on with me tonight, but I seem to be not wanting to make little double ends. Okay. Either way, that's really pretty. And I have, okay. Hang on, folks. Yeah. Trying to pick up this one bead. I should know better. I have a bead tray to put these in. Anyway, here you go. Edward. That's what I was talking about when I said I couldn't find my smaller tagger eye. Here they are, the little teeny, like, I don't even know. These are 6 millimeters. The other one were 8 millimeters. These are about a 4, maybe a 2. These are tagger eyes, little bitty ones. Those are the ones I wanted to use. But I don't know where they are, and you can tell a big difference in the sizes. Yes, they are. I like tagger eye, and I love, I don't know if you can tell, labradorite. You can tell these are genuine labradorite, folks, because that light is really hitting them bright. These are not glass. You can tell they're real stone, and they come from the earth. Even though they're polished, you can really see. Whoops. I have some different ones. I have greens, gold, blues, and purples. This is one of the purple labradorites. Not glass, real gemstones, folks. If you see there, those scratches are from the earth underneath that polished stone. I think they're gorgeous too. And it's funny because those purple ones were more expensive than the regular gold and brown and blue labradorites. They actually cost a lot more. I was like, are you kidding me? I don't think the purple are rare, but I don't think people buy them as much because they're so drawn to the gold and the blue. We're just trying to find the hole right here. These really are amethyst beads, folks. That's why I put it up to that stone so you would know, because this is real amethyst here. So you would know they actually are the same. It shows a lot better when you put them up next to each other, whereas it doesn't show as much. Thanks, Gemini. Thank you, Bug Lightning, Ladybug Lightning. She has a little cute dog, too, for you people who don't know her. Don't forget to go check her channel out. She's really awesome. She's a great artist. Okay, so we're going to grab just right on the very end here and turn. I'm just trying to get this to go around. It does not like me tonight. I'm telling you, I never had these issues of getting a double whammy on the end, but tonight seems to be the night. Then we're going to put another Tibetan silver bead on the other side of this amethyst. Sorry, I got out of frame. We're actually making chain links to make a necklace, believe it or not. It's for this. That started a couple weeks ago. And then, of course, I have this one too, which I wrapped this way intentionally. I could have wrapped it the other way. These are both manganese. The other stones, most of my stones are all gemstones. They just may be different. Oh, I don't know how you would put it. Monetary-wise, price-wise, depends on the stone. Now we're going to take the barrel beads, the barrel nose. I got beads and barrel in my head. Barrel nose pliers. Grab down on that as tight as I can and begin to twist it in a circle till we get it round. See there? It does not want to go round for me tonight. Let me try my other pliers here and straighten this out. When all else fails, use the original. Here we go. Sorry about that. Wow. There we go. I think what it is I got this one piece too short, or I grabbed a piece that wasn't cut even. Thanks everybody for being here. Thank you so much for your likes and your subs and all the great stuff, and everybody for showing up. Not one of my shining moments. Wednesday is a full moon. Is that what it is? I believe you. Star, get down. Ah. Boss kitty, down. 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 Good girl. Thanks, Jim, and I appreciate it. Okay. So let me see. There's one there. I thought I made, yeah. So much for thinking. Dangerous to think. Okay, so here's two. All right. Now let's see. I have silver chain, but I don't have any copper chain. If I have copper chain, let me rephrase that, but not where I can get my hands onto it. So, big difference. Okay. These are about a 6. And I'm just making some jump rings for this because I don't have any copper jump rings. Okay, whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to go out of frame as usual, right? Okay, now we're going to cut these, and we should get at least 2. That'll start us off, maybe 3. Usually I hold them in my hand like that so they don't go flying all over. Yep, about what I said too. There's 2 copper jump rings. Okay. Since these are already open a little bit, we're going to put one through here, just like that. And I'm going to take my bent nose pliers here and hold this side. And then I have a second pair of needle nose. I also have a second pair of bent nose. You can use needle nose, flat nose, or bent nose, which I'm using for these. And we're going to just move these back and forth gently. You can almost hear it click. I'll use my hand here because I can see better. It's not perfect, but it works. Okay. Then we're going to take the other little copper jump ring here. We're just going to pull it apart. You don't want to pull it too far apart or it won't go back together very well. We're going to bring one ring through here and then one ring through here like that. So we're actually hooking the copper and the, well, they're all copper, but the Swarovski crystals with the real amethyst and silver Tibetan beads. Thanks everybody for being here. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for all the thumbs up. If you're not already a subscriber, please do subscribe. And we're just making some simple chain links to go with the donut manganese turquoise bead I have that we started kind of about 2 weeks ago when I got sick. Okay, and I'm just threading that around that way. And I'm going to come through here. You don't have to do it my way. You just want to rock these back and forth until they click together. There we go. So we have amethyst, Tibetan silver, end beads, and Swarovski rainbow crystals. Then we're going to make another jump ring here because obviously, I mean, I could do these faster if I just grab my silver jump rings, but what we need to have them match if it's possible, or I like them to match. We'll just put it that way. I like it to match. Thanks, Gemini. Okay, so now we're making some jump rings here to hold together the Swarovski and the amethyst gemstones, because I didn't have any copper jump rings to go with the copper wire and the antique bronze wire. You just sort of hold it there and keep winding. We're creating jump rings for this necklace to be able to hook the chain links together that we created. And my thumb is not that hard, so I'm going to turn and bend. Like that. I'm just pressing down there. There we go. And then I'm going to take the flush nose cutters here and bring them up through these 3 hoops. Hold them in your hand like this so they don't fly all over, and squeeze down. There we go. And like I said, about 2 rings per 3. Exactly. Homemade jump rings because I didn't have any copper ones. They work. They're just as good. We're all spoiled from buying them. Okay, now we're going to take... What on earth? Oops. Where are the 2 I just hooked together? Here, there is Boss Kitty, just letting everybody know that she's not happy because she can't catch whatever it is, and she can't come over here and make a nightmare. 1, 2 together. I am looking. I cannot believe this. What the heck did I do with the 2 chain links I just hooked together right in front of you guys? You thought one flew? Probably did. It probably got wings and left. That is really strange. Let me look behind you guys and I get a sip of my almond milk. Oh, I look for the... That is really weird. I just had hooked together the Swarovski and these. I just hooked 2 together. Well, we can do it again, and because I need to hook it into here afterwards. That's weird, because this is here. What happened to the bead? Wow. And this back here, by the way, is some abalone along with the amethyst all tangled up back here. That's really strange. Okay, so wow, that's really strange. I just had them here. How did they disappear? They were just right here. I don't see them on the floor either, folks. Well, hello, Will Hat. I was talking about you yesterday and that I was going to stay up. In fact, I was in Mental's Live. I said, I got to stay awake because I got to go see Andrew. I didn't make it, which means I didn't stay awake. So good to see you, Andrew. Everybody, that's Will Hat. He's from Sydney, Australia. If you haven't seen his channel, he's a really cool channel. He does doodles and tangles. His work is amazing. And you get some entertainment. He has a thing he does with the Jasco crew. So go check him out. He's awesome if you haven't already. Thanks for all the thumbs up, everybody. I really appreciate it. I have lost a set of beads when you came in. Gemini says she thinks they flew, but I have no idea because why wouldn't I have seen them fly? Okay, so we're going to take the amethyst here. I'm going to hook it on to this jump ring I made, or at least I think I am. See if I can open that up a little more. This 18 gauge is really kind of tough when you think about it, as far as making jump rings and stuff, unless you're making them. They usually make them out of, some of them are stainless steel, but not all of them. And as you can see, I'm spoiled because I usually have all these silver ones. All I got to do is put them together and I don't even have to worry about it. I don't know if you guys could see that. The silver ones. So I'm having to make copper ones to match this set of chain links. Okay, so we opened this pretty wide. We're going to hook it to one set of Swarovski crystals. Right through that ring there. Then we're going to grab the amethyst and the Tibetan end caps and hook that together right like that. Then we're going to close this jump ring back up with the two bent nose pliers. You just sort of wobble it back and forth till it meets. Of course, remember these are hand cut, homemade, so they're not like the ones they use the certain saw on to make them. So they may or may not click. Okay, so there we go. One and one, just like that. That's what I had before, and I don't know where it went, Gemini, but it definitely disappeared. Everybody hear Boss Kitty in the background? Hey, Gory and Associates, welcome in. Thank you for being here. All right, so we're going to actually get this to go into here because these are chain links. Boss Kitty is really vocal tonight, folks. We're using 2 pairs of bent nose pliers to open up this homemade copper jump ring here, which is actually antique copper. And then we're going to hook it in to the end of this. Oh, or I think I am. Maybe I'm not. We're going to hook this jump ring into this other hoop here, which is on our amethyst and Tibetan silver bead. And I want to move that out of the way and just do it with my hand. It was easier. Sorry. And then we're going to squeeze these 2 ends together. Sorry, I keep getting out of frame. And this is just manganese turquoise. It's not a real piece of turquoise. I do have real turquoise. But I love these donut beads. They come in all shapes, sizes, and color, and different types of stones. We're just going to wiggle this back and forth, trying to get these 2 ends to meet here. There we go. Sorry. Yeah, she's hungry, you're right. For nothing. Her bowl's full of that. She's spoiled. She's upset because she's not allowed to get up here on the table. She does that sometimes. You guys just don't realize it because she doesn't always complain. But she's complaining tonight. So she's looking for anything she can get into. Yeah, they are. They're actually really pretty. And I guess you could still get them from them. I don't know. These are like about 2 years old, these crystals. But what we're doing is we're building a necklace, basically, or creating. And we're going to have these on each side. Put this back so you can see. So this would be down on here. And these will go up the side on each side to create our necklace is what we're doing. So here's some more Swarovski. And here is the other, and I'm going to try and straighten this out. Since I have actually lost a whole set of the wow. I'm going to straighten this out. I lost the other set of amethyst and Swarovski crystals that I did the chain link from. They just disappeared. I don't know where they went to. These aren't them. I have no idea where they went to. They completely disappeared off the table. Hey, Santa's. Welcome in, sweetheart. Everybody at Santa's, if you don't know her, go check her out. She's an awesome queen goth. She has some great content, great music, awesome clothing and everything. She's amazing. Thanks so much for coming in. Thanks for all the thumbs up, everybody. I really appreciate your support. Okay, I'm trying to straighten out. Well, not literally straighten it out, but see, Gemini is supposed to know where everything flies to. So we lost a set of Swarovski and amethyst chain link. Just totally disappeared. Have no idea where it went. I looked on the floor too, Gemini. You watch. I'll find it after the live's over. Okay. This, by the way, is real amethyst. And just to prove it, let's see. This is an amethyst two-tone quartz. But this is amethyst also, I promise you. That, here's another piece that's lighter, because you guys are probably used to seeing the lighter amethyst, but you notice how it is dark there in variation. Yeah, me too. I'm right there with you. I have some serious hand issues sometimes, and so I totally understand. Okay, so we're hooking this with the two Swarovski rainbow beads. This is an amethyst bead with two Tibetan silver beads. And like I said, I'm spoiled because I have all these silver ones that I do my chainmail out of. So I'm having to make little copper jump rings so that I can put the chain links together. You probably tell I use my hands for a lot of things because I'm always grabbing everything with my hands instead of the pliers. Like everybody, you know, that's what most people learn how to use, or the pliers. I do, it's just that I use my hands so much. So I'm just bending that back just a little ways. You don't want to go too far because it will misshapen. Is that the word I want? The jump. And then you just slide it on there like that. And we're going to come over to this other side here so that I don't have to use another jump ring. And we're going to fit it in here with this one, because I probably should have a jump ring on here where this bail is. And put that over there. I'm going to pull that right up through there just like that. It's really tight here on this. And then we're just going to squeeze that back together if we're lucky. With these two bent nose pliers. They're just something easy to use. You could use flat nose, and heck, you can do like I used to when I was always, I'm still poor, but when I was poorer as a jeweler maker, I would use these if I didn't have anything else. And they work. So there you go. I'm just going to smush that down. And then, did I fudge up, you guys? Up. I think I fudged up. Hold on. See how these two are like this? This side's supposed to match. Okay, let me get this open here. Nobody's perfect, especially not me. Okay. And pull that back off that way. And I'm just going to grab an extra pair here so I don't have to keep. There we go. And then, here we go. Here's the other little copper jump ring. I'm going to put this through here. I'll do it from this end. Well, that is not easy. I'm going to definitely have to use pliers to get this through here this right way. Okay, there we go. And then, get it on this side where the other amethyst is. We're going to hook it up through here like that. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Will Hat, Santa's, Anna, Gemini, of course, without speaking. We'll have Gordy and Associates. Edward. Oh, and Bugs Lightning is also here, or she stopped by, which was a real treat, just as it is when Senez stops in too. Okay, so we're just taking these two pieces right here. That is so tight on there, making room to get this part of the jump ring. Whoa, see, and it's going to slide right off. I knew that was going to happen because it's so tight on there. Okay. Wow. All right. Let's try this. I'm going to open this one back up right here. Like so. And I'm going to thread it through here, and then I'm going to make it round again. That's what you call cheating. Okay. I'm just going to grab it right on the tip edge there of the bottom. I'm going to tighten it right up there like that. And hopefully this will stay together. There we go. Because I wanted the two amethysts to be at the bottom with the Tibetan beads. Hey, CL Fantasy Waves Art Studio. Welcome in. Okay. I think that actually looks really nice together. And once we do this all the way up one side and all the way up the other side, we will have quite a pretty necklace here. Give me just 1 second, folks. I'll be right back. You go by CL, huh? Awesome. Give me 1 second, folks. I'll be right back. I have to grab something. I apologize. I don't wear a headset, so you won't be able to hear me when I walk out. Okay, sorry about that. And I'm back. So, CL, have I been to your channel yet? Okay, so we're going to hook 2 more of the Swarovski along with the amethyst and 2 Tibetan beads on another jump ring. Okay. But we're going to do, I'm going to do 2 Swarovski again, and then we're going to do the other one, 1 and 1. Hey, Simple Family Lifestyle, thank you for coming in. Thank you for the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Yeah, everybody get to know each other. If you're not, make sure you subscribe to each other and support each other. That's what we do here, to help each other out. Okay, Gemini, I'm going to let you know you're off the job today. You're like me. Here it is. It didn't fly anywhere. It was actually laying. Look where it was. It was right there, and I'm looking all over for that other chain link. Isn't that something? Wow. Okay, so we're doing this one here with the 2 Tibetan beads and the amethyst, then 2 Swarovski rainbow. Then we're going to do the other one we're going to be hooking up on this chain link, which is 2 Tibetan in-ring silver, the amethyst, and then 2 Swarovski rainbow. Thanks for all the support, everybody. I really appreciate it. Okay, now we just have to have another jump ring, and we can't use these. These are what I made a long time ago. Look how small these are, guys. They are teeny. They will not work. So we need a few more jump rings here out of the copper wire. Oh, that's silver. That's because I always do silver. Okay, so we'll get this is antique bronze copper. I'll make some more jump rings here out of it. I just make them as I go, because you never know how many you're going to actually need. Normally I'm using all parawire too, but just like I told Gemini Peace and everybody earlier, even after a year and 1 month here, I still can't find everything I packed. All right. So we're going to make some more jump rings here. I'm going to start that turn with this. You just hold your thumb down like this and keep turning round and round to create your jump rings that you need for your project. Sometimes it's just as easy to go ahead and make them as it is to have to try and buy a different jump ring for every gauge and color of wire that you might have, silver, copper, rose, whatever it may be. And we're just making some jump rings here. I'm going ahead and making quite a few so I can get through this. And it doesn't take me all night to make a few jump rings. And you just keep turning it and releasing it, but you hold it on there. All right, there we go. I'm going to cut this little tail off here. And then we're going to go through about 6 to 8 of these. Yeah, I may not be able to do 6 to 8. I may have to do 3 to 4. Wow. Come on now. Well, I really had to grip down on them folks. Even though it's only 18 gauge. But I was grabbing quite a few rings to cut. Yep, we are making homemade jump rings. You are correct, Gemini. Or we're creating our own jump rings. All right, now we're going to take this next jump ring, grab it with the 2 pairs of end pliers here. Needle nose or other end nose pliers I use too. And we're just going to open it up just a little bit here so that we can hook that through the jump ring that's through the 2 Swarovski crystals and the amethyst bead. Okay. So here we go, right through there, just like that, not too hard. And then we're going to go back through these 2 here of the chain link, just like that. You normally just gently move these back and forth till it comes together. Wow, it says I'm live now. Now you know there's a problem. Yeah, I don't even know what time it is. Where are you at? CL, where are you at? What are you here in the US? Okay, so there we go. And we are building our chain link necklace with Swarovski and amethyst and manganese and copper. Yeah, I guess it is. I think I didn't get in here until 8:15. I was supposed to be here at 8, but it didn't matter anyway. You're the first one in the room, Gemini, tonight, which you said you were going to be here. Okay. I actually think that looks really pretty. And when it's completed, it's going to look even better. Oh, wow. You're in Northwest Florida, huh? Central Time. Okay. So you're an hour behind Eastern Standard. I used to live in Panama. Too hot for me. Would have been great in my scuba diving days. I would have loved it. Absolutely. We're happy to have you here, Seal. Thank you for so much for being in. So we just need to do one more on this side of the amethyst and Swarovski. So there's that. And of course the 2 silver Tibetan beads. So I'm just going to cut one more length of the antique bronze copper so that we can get that last chain link on this side. And we can come back and finish this in the next one. I didn't mean for it to take so long. I apologize. I've just been trying to be here, healthy enough to be here. Doesn't always happen for me. So we're just going to thread on the amethyst bead here. And like I was showing everybody, so they know this is really amethyst. It's not some blue, plain blue bead. You just have to get that other amethyst up to it so you can tell. Yeah, everybody, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Gemini. You're always so awesome and giving, and she's always very supportive. And if you don't know her channel, go check her out. She's a good artist, and she's a wonderful person. Okay, so we're doing just a amethyst on this chain link with 2 Tibetan silver flat. They're actually spacer beads, but I think they're pretty, and they go well together. So, and normally I don't cut my wire this long, but I just cut it so I could quickly get this on there. And I always keep my scrap pieces, so should you, because you can create other chain links and other things with it. All right, I'm going to keep my finger down here. We're going to use either the barrel nose or the round nose, which are basically the same thing. And we're going to make a hoop. You want to make sure that's all the way to the end, folks. Sometimes it's not that easy to get it on the end and hold it. And you're just going to keep winding it around. I told him tonight, I don't know why, but I can't make a hoop tonight. For some reason. See, that's probably what happened the last time, didn't it? Okay, let me get this off. I'm just going to go ahead and make it around there. Look at that. Why is that thing not going around for me? I know I'm doing it right, folks. I've only been doing it for a few years. Wow. Thanks for your patience, everybody. I really appreciate it. Wow. And let's get the spacer bead on here. I may have cut this too short. I don't know. And then we'll take another amethyst bead, which I think these are really pretty. And if you look real close, you can see the quartz inside of it to know it's real amethyst. Wow, yeah, I think I made that a little too short. The almost full moon. Yeah, you're right. I thought we did have a full moon, but I don't know what time it was. And of course, me, I like anything to do with moons, you know, by my name. Okay, now we're going to try to get a hoop. Just want that on the very end right there. You're going to turn it, release, turn it, release, until you got sort of a, I like doing almost a double hoop. And we're going to put the amethyst, whoops, we need to put a Tibetan silver spacer bead, which I just thought these were pretty. That's why I used them. And I thought they went well with the amethyst. And then, of course, the Swarovskis, because they're rainbow. I thought they looked really good. And usually I'll tell you if I'm using fancy glass or if it's gemstones. Almost always it's gemstones, and then there's might be something like Swarovski thrown in there. All right, there we go. Now we're going to cut off this end here because you definitely don't need it that long. I'm trying to leave enough so I can get it to hoop around in a complete circle. Or a big hoop, however you want to word it. Just a hoop, and I usually use my finger there as a guide to keep that hoop going. There we go, just like so. You can use these or flat nose to squish your ends down, and you can use your hands to make sure that both ends are going in the same direction, which is usually what I like to do, is make sure they're going in the same direction. So I got to tell you, this 18 antique bronze copper wire is some really toughy wire. Or maybe it's just my hands tonight. I don't know. Could be. Okay, and then we're going to hook a jump ring, a handmade jump ring right here. Like I said, I'm used to when I didn't have pliers, so I'd use any pliers I could to hold and grip and open. Just spread that apart. And hook that right through there like that. And then we'll grab the Rainbow Swarovski beads and add them onto this one. And then we're going to hook it through this one. Like that. And we're going to close this back up. Together. How's everybody doing tonight? What's everybody working on? Oops, I knew that was going to drop off. I knew it. Put that back through there again. And we're almost at the end because it is what it is, and I'll do a part 2. I'm just pushing those together like that to try to get this jump ring to close. Sorry about being out of the camera. We're getting there. There we go. And I sort of try to go into some type of sequence. So we 2 of these here. Then the next one was this with this. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to use another jump ring I created out of the copper. Thank you everybody for being here. I really appreciate it. It wasn't hot there in the city. Whoops, I need to open this. Even though I created the jump ring, I did not open it wide enough. Whoa, there we go. I think I got it. Okay. We're going to go through this end, and then we're going to go through this end. So we're hooking one chain link onto the other. One set of chain links have the rainbow Swarovski crystal, and the other set has Rainbow Swarovski crystal with amethyst beads. There we go. You just move this back and forth gently. Hopefully it'll click. Of course, these aren't, cut with saw blades. These are hand cut tonight with a pair of at-home wire cutters. Okay, so here's what we got. Let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2. Trying to see if I can make sure it looks even at least. I think it looks really pretty together. That way you can really see it. Oh no, Simple, I'm so sorry to hear that. That doesn't even make sense. Thanks, Gemini, I appreciate it. I think it came out really pretty too. I really need to have that one hooked in there. But I think it came out really pretty. I appreciate everybody's patience. And we will, I promise, the next one we will be getting to this aventurine. This is actually a 40 by 33, I believe, gemstone. This is green aventurine. And we'll be wire wrapping this. But I think all the greens really go good together. And I'm glad everybody liked it. And I'm so happy you all were here supporting me and all the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. You're all so amazing. And I unfortunately have well, it's not unfortunate. I have to go to church in the morning. So I can't stay up till 4 or 5 in the morning and be able to go. So anyway, peace and love, everybody. Thank you so much. And remember, you can do this too. It's not that hard. And thank you for all your patience, everyone who showed up, everyone who supports me, everyone who puts up with me getting sick and I can't always be in here. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will go and check out CL. What is she? CL Fantasy Waves Art Studio. Thanks so much. You have a great night. Thank you for being in here. Don't forget to go like one of my shorts or something and leave a comment, because it'll take this several hours to even get uploaded. And I'll make sure that I take care of you and come and do the same for you and actually support you. I will. All right, everybody, have a wonderful night. I always have a great crew in here. I really appreciate everyone for all your support. Gemini, all of you guys, thank you so much. And Andrew for showing up tonight, all the way from Sydney. Okay, guys, have a great night. Peace and love. Remember, you can do this too. And thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you all soon again. Good night for now.